AIM is a community of independent adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities such as Down syndrome, autism, who live independently with appropriate support in a regular apartment complex. My name is Ashley Sanchez. I am the board president of AIM, Adults Independent and Motivated. And in 2013, I, along with several other area families, began the program we now call AIM. We visited the Mission Project in Kansas City. It's a suburb of Kansas City called Mission, and they began this model. It's a very unique approach to providing housing for adults with disabilities. They came up with the amazing idea that instead of building something for people with disabilities specific to them, that they could embed in an existing apartment complex. When we visited in 2013, we loved what we saw and thought this needs to happen in Austin, Texas. And we have been working on that ever since. It's been an amazing experience. We understand that a lot of families thinking about housing for their young adult with disabilities are thinking in terms of, what if I'm not here? What will life look like for my child? What we have found, though, even though that is the initial motivation, is that our Aimers are thriving. They are living their best lives today. Christina has Down syndrome. We learned that shortly after her birth, 30 years ago. And she has captured our hearts since then. We nicknamed her Princess because almost at birth, it felt like she sort of was regal in her willingness to just let the people help her do what she wanted to do. But with that regal attitude that we still see today, she also has a fierce motivation to be independent.
Moving with AIM has been very transformative for Christina. She became much more social. Her verbal, written skills blossomed. Her communication skills in general blossomed. And she's been able then to embark on her own life. She's got her job, she's got her friends. They do things together. AIM provides support for activities during the week and weekends. In the meantime, she's got her roommates. They decide how they run their apartment. They cook, they clean, they do all the things that anybody else does.
Being in AIM is just wonderful for anybody out there. It's just outgoing, even in what my father just said. For all that, I think it's highly true that being part of AIM is what you do for your own personal life, and that's what life is all about. So if that's what thing is for you, go for it.
One of the things that's really cool when an Aimer moves out of mom or dad's home is the unanticipated growth in certain areas we wouldn't have thought about. For example, communication. When they live at home with mom and dad, we have context for their day. When we haven't seen what they've been doing the last several hours and they want to call us and tell us something that happened, they have to communicate with us in a way we have no context. So they've had to up their game.
Chris has lived at AIM in the apartments for 3 years now. Christopher is very attached to me, always looking towards me for an answer to a question, any question. Always looking towards me to see, is this okay? Is this not okay? And here, his friends are his friends. And they're here, and he can count on them. If he needs help doing something at his apartment, he can call one of them and say, hey, can you come over and help me at my apartment? If he wants someone to go do something with him, he knows that they'll show up. And that's really important for him. Chris's ability to live independent is something that I would have never imagined for him before. And it's because of AIM that he's able to do this. It's the supports that they have.
My full name is Zachary William Jones. I've been here a year and 2 months. I was living in my house with my parents, and I didn't have many friends to hang out with. I was getting down on myself a lot. So once we found out about AIM, it was like a glimmer of hope, you know?
I'd say the biggest change is the genuine friendships that he's developed. He's always been a very friendly person. He's always had people in his life that claim to be friends, but there was never any spontaneity. There was never the ability just to make his decision day to day. I'm gonna hang out at my friend Chris's apartment tonight. There was all kinds of barriers. So now he's got a full life that we would never have dreamt of for him, with all the friendships he could ever dream of, and a real family away from ours.
I've definitely made some of my best friends here, and I didn't know ever in my life I was gonna have a roommate, but I'm blessed to have one of the best.
Within a couple of months, he was doing everything. He shops, and he's become probably more independent than we ever thought he would be. The transition was probably harder on me than it was for him. He's enjoyed it and adapted very quickly to life with friends and a roommate he's never had. It all worked out pretty well.
I would say the biggest benefit is it's a great big family. So we're all there supporting each other. If there is a problem, then there's always somebody over there to respond to it.
Once you have a group of friends like this that are also independent, that's what makes it so much fun. You're independent, but you have all the support of your family and friends, so it's pretty awesome.
Aimers are fully realized adults living fully realized adult lives. We could not be more proud of our Aimers, their willingness to rise to the challenges that their disabilities present, their willingness to troubleshoot on their own. They have lived through Snowmageddon, and they have troubleshot while facing some pretty extraordinary upheavals, of course, pandemic, and their willingness and ability to do for themselves what they can are inspiring.
When I would start living here, I always have fun with my roommate, and I always have a lot of fun in my apartment, so I could to watch TV and do stuff with my own time.
I like to live here. This community of AIM is very nice. We have fun. It's very nice to live here. It's the best thing I've ever had.
The best thing about any day, whether it's a work day or non-work day, is hanging out with all these amazing friends right here. I always look forward to hanging out because I know we're gonna laugh a lot. So hanging out every day is the best thing I've ever had in a long time. You ask, what does AIM mean to you? I think it's a family away from a family. I'm so close with everybody around here, and I just love everybody sitting right next to me so much. They're like my brothers and my sisters, and it's the best of two worlds for me, for sure. I couldn't ask for any better place to live.